Let me show you the updated version. It's really not that different than the version I just showed, but one thing in particular is you'll notice that although I'm playing Fiendsmith, I'm not playing a lot of the extra deck package, right? When it comes to the fusion monsters, I'm only playing Lacrima. I'm not playing Desirae. And Moon of Closed Heaven is also not here. And there's a reason that we play this very specific extra deck Fiendsmith package. And that's really going to be more than anything. Actually, let me switch this real quick. There we go. That's really going to be more than anything else because we don't need Desirae. That's why we're not playing it. I never made Desirae. And those like 50 or so, 50 plus games, if you count older versions of the deck too. Actually, if you count older versions, I've definitely played over 100 games of Fiendsmith Sprite in the last season. And I've never summoned Desirae in this deck. Not recently, because we're just going into Caesar. Those are basically the two functions of Fiendsmith in this deck, are you either go into Caesar, or you just go into full Sprite combo. That's also why we don't play Moon of the Closed Heaven, because if you're playing this deck and you have two monsters on the field, one of them is going to be a level 2, and if that's the case, you can just go into Sprend, and then you can just go into full combo. So, like, there's no need for Moon, and again, no need for Desirae, since we're just going to be making Caesar to play around Nibiru. Fun fact, by the way, Caesar also plays around Ghost Ogre in this deck. So Ghost Ogre is a huge choke point for Gigantic Sprite. That's also why we're playing a Ghost Ogre, is to have it as a crossout target. But Ghost Ogre is a massive choke point for Gigantic Sprite. Not only does it stop the Gigantic Sprite summon, but it destroys the Gigantic itself. That overall loss in bodies is devastating. However, if you start with Fiendsmith and you make Caesar before you make Gigantic, not only again are you nib proof, but if they Ghost Ogre your Gigantic. Fun fact about Gigantic Sprite. During your main phase, you can activate this effect. Detach one material from a monster you control. Not this monster, a monster you control. Also, Gigantic detaches as part of the effect. That's why Ghost Ogre is effective against it. However, if you control Caesar, you can detach one of Caesar's materials, and then you literally just keep comboing from there. So, not only does it insulate you against the Nibiru, but also Ghost Ogre, one of the best hand traps against Sprite. The Fiendsmith line protects against that as well. But, yeah, again, we're literally only using Fiendsmith to either make Caesar or Sprite plays. That's it. So we don't need any of the other Fiendsmith stuff. And in my experience, having something like Djinn Buster comes up a lot more often than something like Desirae. Djinn Buster comes up all the time, actually, especially if you're starting your combo with like Sprite Starter, for example. You can go, like, let's say you open with Sprite Starter and any level 2 monster. It could be Max C. You can go Starter for Blue, for Jet, for something like Carrot, right? Then you can use your Blue and Jet to make Djinn Buster, which can negate monster effects. Now you can normal summon Maxi, special summon your other Sprite monster, Sprend, boom. Not only are you going full combo, you're going full combo under hand trap protection. So again, that to me comes up a lot more often than something like Desirae does. The most recent cut I made for the deck was actually taking Desirae out of the extra deck. And what I actually put in was Salamander and Almirage, because I have had once or twice, there's been a hand where I opened Swap Frog and then just like 4 non-engine. And in that hand exactly, you actually do need to be playing Almirage to be able to still go full combo. Again, that has come for me 2 out of maybe 100 games, so not that often at all, but again, it's more than Desirae came up. So that's why we are playing the extra deck that we are. It looks really, really weird. Don't worry, I'm 100% aware of that, but I think this is correct. Also did end up slightly adjusting the hand trap ratios. We're on 3 Droll and Lockbird because this deck just does not care about Droll and Lockbird at all. Like, not even a little. That is another thing that I found out very, very quickly as I was doing my playtesting. Your only searches in this deck, I mean, yeah, we do have the Fiendsmith stuff. So, like, if you go Engraver, search Tracks, that sucks. Like, that, obviously, Droll matters, but if they Droll your blue search, even if you're searching for a Jet, you can still just go blue plus Jet into, where is it? Sprend, Dump, Angler, full combo. Like, you actually just don't care about Droll when it comes to just Blue and Jet. So that's why we're playing a full playset of 3 as a counter to Maxi, one of the few hand traps this deck does care about. But yeah, this build is like not only maximizing efficiency in terms of like your starter to hand trap ratio, but also just how you are able to combo and insulate yourself from hand traps. Blah. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. Oh, spellbinding, I've seen the I was watching the MBT video as well. It's so funny. I mean his reaction. The meme itself is like, I just can't believe how funny he thought it was. That was so good. What's up, Blaze? Is it possible to add in Paradise? I mean, you can if you want to, but it's a brick, and I gotta be honest, it really just doesn't come up. With this deck, with this build in particular, the way that this deck combos out, the only time that you are gonna actually have Requiem and Lacrima in your graveyard is if you get hand trapped. Because if you don't get interrupted, then you're gonna shuffle them back to make Fiendsmith's Lacrima and then make Caesar. So I don't really think it's worth playing a brick for a situation that only comes up when you get hand trapped, but again, this build plays Fiendsmith very differently from the way a lot of other decks play it. Thanks for the follow, Asan. Alright, let's go ahead and start laddering. You can't Ash Shundra because Shundra activates during the damage step, and the only effects that can activate during the damage step are effects that say they activate during the damage step, effects that modify stats, counter traps, and effects that negate activations, I think? Not cards that negate effects, but ones that negate activations, I think it is. Because you can, like, Stardust a Fossil Knight that gets flipped up in the damage step, but... Okay, if they max see me here, I'm absolutely just gonna fire off Droll. Like, even if it means missing out on my Sprite Blue search, I don't care. Okay, it was negating activations. That's what I thought it was. This so doesn't matter. This is completely fine. Don't ever Valor, Ash, or Imperm Blue or Jet. It so unbelievably doesn't matter. Like, literally ever. Yeah, I'll just go into Sprint. Okay, that matters. That one actually does matter. Alright, so it looks like we're pretty much in the same spot as last time here. Where we've got Droll and another hand trap going into our opponent's turn. Barrel, huh? I'm gonna Valor this. Because, like, yeah, I could let them set Lord Reload, flip it up, search, and then Droll, but that still gives them access to Drill Beam, and I'd rather not deal with that. Speaking of damage step. Alright. That's a fantastic top deck. Is there any... I don't really think there's much reason to play it during the draw phase. Oh, wait. Most valuable Gamma Burst I've ever seen. Hey now, Gamma Burst is how I win like half my games. Wow! Ah, that sucks. You know what? That's fine, actually, because I can still normal summon Droll, go into Elf. This is a Gamma Burst Graveyard effect, right? Yeah. Please don't imperm me. They're gonna imperm me. They didn't imperm me. All right. Purging the blue. That's fine. This card is still chainable, though. That wasn't purge, because you can't purge in response to stuff like Elf Summon. So, they do still have another relevant face-down card. Also, purge, it is Blue Eyes. It could have been Fiendsmith control, you know. Probably True Light. I hope it's True Light. Like they're trying to fake me out. Okay, so I already used Starter. I already attempted to use Blue's first effect. So I should be getting Swap Frog here, right? Let me think about this for a second. So they're at 6,800. I have 32. 32 plus 14 is 46. Swap Frog is 56. I would need 1,200 more damage, which I think I could find. Well, I did already use Elf's effect. Shoot, can I just not OTK here? Like, at all? No matter what I do? Let me think about this for a moment. Because if I can't, that's absolutely going to change what I summon here. So if I special summon Swap Frog dump Ronin, link into Almirage, and then I can summon back Ronin, and then I can go into a Link 2. But I've already used Elf, so there's not really much of a point in summoning that. Yeah, Gamma Burst Graveyard effect, but I don't think that's enough, because, like, the strongest Link 2 I could summon is SP at 1,600, so 1,600 plus 1,400 from the graveyard plus 32 is 6,200. I'm still 600 short. So I don't think I can OTK pretty much no matter what. That being the case, would it be more valuable to summon Red or Carrot? I actually don't think so, because it would just result in so few bodies. I actually think I still summon Swap Frog anyway. If we played Moon, we would have game. No, because then we're two locked. Oh, you know what? I could Jet for Starter. I think that might be my best option. And then I could go Starter for Red or Carrot. Probably Red. Well, I guess it kind of depends on what my opponent does. I think this is my best option. Yeah, 45 plus 14 is 59. Yeah, just still not quite enough. All right, I'm just going to battle here. We could even link these into Elf if we really wanted to. Or SP. We could link them into SP. Banish the face down. Have an SP tag as well as something to Starter into. We could also... There's no need to banish the Ether Barrel from the yard, right? Yeah, we'll just go for SP here. It was True Light. Very glad we SP'd that. They're gonna set the search spell. Yep, and then we can go draw phase Starter for Carrot. Alright, now we negate this and win. Well, okay, I guess we do still have to top deck something here. Like, literally any monster. Oh, wait, no we don't, because of the Graveyard Effective Gamma Burst. We actually just have lethal on board. Yeah, Gamma Burst was valuable in a way this game that it isn't typically. This card is extremely valuable at OTKing, but, like, you usually don't close out the game with Gamma Burst quite like this. That was a solid game. That was a really solid game. I'm glad we stopped and thought about that gigantic. There are a lot of players who would have clicked through that, like, a lot more quickly, but stopping and thinking about what we summoned off that gigantic was crucial to that dub right there. This hand looks very good. We have a starter, we have an extender, we have Ash, we have another starter / extender. Couldn't ask for too much more from a turn 1 hand. I agree, I love Sprite Blue's Lost animation, it's very good. This is the exact kind of hand where I would let, like, a good number of hand traps just resolve. I mean, I guess to be fair, I don't have, like, counters to them right now anyway, but... What do I think about Mermail? I don't know. It's fine. I don't really have very strong feelings about it, honestly. Minstrel is annoying when it snipes hand traps, but I'm not really that... I don't really get that upset about Mullen Glacia, because I feel like if... By the time they've resolved enough effects to start Mullen Glacia hand ripping you, they could have just put out any number of stuff that probably would have just won in the game too. So, that I don't tend to get, like, really salty over at all. Yeah, like I said, I think Minstrel's the most annoying part, but even then I'm just like, whatever. Am I gonna get carrot or red here? I think I should get red. I play 2 to 3 Droll in pretty much everything I play, so typically I'm really not concerned about... Like, particularly concerned about Mermail. Triazul variant, do you think it's going to be the strongest? It just super depends on when they come out, what comes out with them. That's not something I think I could say until we have, like, a release date and I could actually start, like, theory crafting. I mean, even right now, I couldn't tell you because I would need to see the next ban list first. Okay, I could get another... Well, I could get another Dark Monster, but I'm going to revive Frog. So, yeah, we can use Swap plus Jet. I was trying to figure out if I was going to make Gen Buster. I think you can play Fiendsmith and Ryzeal, right? That was a thing in the TCG. But you can't... You would have to Fiendsmith before doing Ryzeal stuff, because Ryzeal locks you into rank 4. I'll make Little Knight. That's fine. We don't need to do that. I'll set this. Ryzeal can summon without starting chains. Unless Ryzeal is as prominent as Tearlament is, I don't think that's enough reason to shotgun Maxi. I don't think it was right to shotgun Maxi when Kashtira was big either. Let's get this. What if I chained SP? Nah, I'm gonna ash this. Hey, thanks, Akari. Thanks for coming by. Super appreciate it. Thank you for your very, very kind words. Okay, so it's Blue Eyes. I could activate red, sack elf, negate and destroy. That actually sounds pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I think this is super worth. Okay, so if I carrot for... If I started for carrot, I won't get to use IP. Well, I could, just not for Underworld Goddess. They've used their normal summon. We do still have the SP sack. I think this is worth it. Oh, we're getting Ash. Okay, never mind. Oh, you were saying sack SP for Carrot. If this would have resolved, I would have definitely sacked the IP for Carrot. Because this doesn't have anything really left to summon at this point. If we got 2 locks, but we're not now, so things are definitely different at this point. But even without IP, I still would have had the SP Banish F as more disruption if I needed it. Okay, so that was interesting. They actually had the wishes anyway, so that was just bait. That was a good bait from them. That was really good bait. They get Sage. Let me think for a second. So I could either Maiden, or I could sorry, not Maiden. I could either SP now, and then when they special off Lordly Load, or I could IP away their tuner. I think I'm gonna SP... We can't banish the blue eyes? Why not? It's untargetable? No, it's not. There's no thing in the yard, right? Unless the thing that summons it. Oh, True Light makes it untargetable. Good call, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna wait for the... Yeah. Blue Eyes White Dragon in your monster zone. What if I just let them synchro summon here? And then I can just I can Underworld Goddess eat that. Isn't that just better? It's not like they can really... I mean, they could chain Spirit Dragon effect, but then I just eat the ultimate Spirit Dragon anyway. Okay, I don't think that really works, though, if... Yeah, they're just going to go for Tyrant now. Alright, so... But then we could target that, because that's not Blue Eyes White Dragon. But this targets anything that mentions Blue Eyes. Or a Blue Eyes monster, I see, okay. Oh, but that can stop, I see. Right. Yeah, now that can stop the targeting. Okay, but this is fine, because this doesn't target. Also, if this gets targeted, they can summon something, right? Yeah. So I actually don't want to SP bounce that if possible. Also, I can negate an effect that summons out of the graveyard, which I'm pretty sure just means I can negate the Lordly Load effect, too. Alright. I'll stop that. Okay. Is this an and if you do? No, okay. Interesting. Okay. They have both anglers in the yard. I think one beaver is still left in deck, right? Alright, let's just normal summon. I should have summoned this beaver in defense mode. That's an interesting time to use that. That's completely fine. Wait. But I can't target... I can't target Blue Eyes, but I can still do this. Actually, shit, I'm not going to be able to... I'm going to take too much damage doing that. I shouldn't have done that. That was a really bad misplay. Shit. Fine, that was a really bad misplay. I'm going to take too much damage doing that. I guess I could Gamma to mitigate, yeah, that's true. Shit, I'm not gonna have enough time to do this. Please concede, please concede, please concede! Just concede! You lose, just concede, please! Yes, hit the surrender button. No, come on! Dang. Unfortunate. We wanted Spirit Dragon. That's good. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the very end of the video, which by the way is one of the best ways to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, take a look at the names on screen. These are folks who have been so generous as to either join as a YouTube member or subscribe over on patreon.com/Hexlex to support. There's also perks for doing so. If you would like to see YouTube videos early, as well as some exclusive videos that get uploaded to YouTube, but for one reason or another I decide not to publish, definitely go ahead and hit that join button to see content early, as well as some exclusive content. If you're looking for more exclusive content, over on patreon.com, I upload exclusive videos that are not posted on YouTube just about every single day. Whether you choose to subscribe over on Patreon, join as a YouTube member, or simply continue to watch, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. But for now, this is Hexlex. I am signing out, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.